Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we're going to be building a family castle for this Spellcaster family that came on the Rock Ridge Canyon lot. This is the Charm family, although in my save, the son of the family, Daryl, and his fiancée, Amelia, actually have an infant daughter whose name escapes me at the moment, and I don't feel like starting up my game just to get her name, so I'm going to pop them all up on the screen so you will see what they look like. The matriarch of the family is Minerva, and she has a teen daughter named Gemma. So this is a very large family, and I was trying to replicate this castle here that I will also pop up on the screen somewhere. It's not an exact replication because I just honestly didn't have the time nor the patience, and you can only build up to 4 levels. And I didn't want to have a basement level necessarily, so what I did was I put the first floor down on the ground floor, and then I used some terrain manipulation to kind of encase it in the ground, and also threw in some debug and live edit rock pieces. Now these big pieces you see here over to the side, like the kind of rounded ones, unfortunately they make too big of a footprint, and when I was playtesting I did have to replace those with the same rocks that you see on the right hand side, which have like the moss on top of them, those gray rocks with the moss on top. But it's fine. I kind of had a feeling they would be too big when I was placing them, but I just wanted to give it a shot, so I had it in the back of my mind though. And also, after I used tool mod to maneuver all of these rocks around, I did add some more of those tall trees that I like to use from the live edit menu. There's one right here. I'm just going to throw them in to kind of blend in and almost look like they're growing through the rocks. I thought that was a really fun idea. And this pretty much is just the rest of me pulling out all of the debug and live edit rock pieces to use to kind of make an encasement for this castle. Like it was built up on this large pedestal of rock face. I don't know. I was going for a certain look that is replicated in the picture that I have put up on the screen. But that's pretty much all the inspiration that I used. After that, I kind of did my own thing. I did a couple bump outs, like this one up there was for the infant's room. And then I also make a circular bump out, which ends up being like a greenhouse room with a glass roof, but you'll see that shortly. And here, this back door that is on the very lower level is going to be like the cauldron room, and it's also going to be Minerva's bedroom and her private ensuite bathroom. So I think that it came out really cute. Here's the placement of that round greenhouse room that I was talking about, and then I had used tool mod to lower these rocks that I end up replacing anyway, so boo. But I really thought they looked cool. I wish I could have kept them, but there was no other alternative, unfortunately, that looked like that. So adding more of these tall trees that I love and just kind of maneuvering them in to like hide that little gap right there. And I think that most of this is the Castle Estate kit. There's definitely Realm of Magic. I definitely use High School Years, Paranormal Stuff Pack, probably a whole bunch of them, honestly, because I can't control myself. But I did get a comment on the last video that I uploaded, and someone said, I really wish I could, play with this, but I don't have all these packs. And I feel you on that. I am a serial pack collector. I just can't help myself. And I'm nowhere near like loaded to the point where I could afford this. I don't know. I just make it happen, but it's hard. And I'm lucky that, my partner doesn't mind when I'm like, hey, there's a new pack coming out. Maybe for early birthday present or an early anniversary gift or an early this, could you maybe get that for me? Shout out to him for allowing me to continue my addiction. But also he appreciates my content, and I'm very lucky that, I have that ability. But I do want to make a limited pack build very shortly because I want everybody to be able to enjoy my builds and play in them, whether or not you have these packs. So I don't know when that will go up. I'm hoping soon, but also another little life update. My kids are starting daycare soon, so there's a lot going into getting ready for that. I'm going to be working a little bit more, my quote-unquote day job, the one I actually get paid for, and yeah, it's going to be rough. We're going to try to upload as much as possible, but we got to do what we got to do. And childcare is not free, nor is it inexpensive, at least where I am in the United States. So we're going to try, but bear with me, and I hope that you'll stick around and continue to support the channel because I really appreciate it. So you'll see I did all the exterior of this build and we're going to get back into it shortly. But I had a hard time with the floor plan upstairs, so I'm not really going to show you any of that for a while. I ended up doing most of that in the second build session that I did off camera, because it was giving me such a hard time, and I knew that it wasn't going to look right, and I had to come back to it. So when I did come back to it, I figured out the floor plan, and you will see that shortly. But first, we are adding a whole bunch of vines to the outside of this, and I did think I used some Snowy Escape, some Get Together, Cottage Living, and I think that's it. And then also that lovely awning that goes on top of the door, that is from Realm of Magic, and I thought it went so well with this. And this little back window situation with the tiny balcony / awning piece, that is, I believe, is from Base Game, but it works really well, and I like kind of the greenish metal texture. I use that in a couple features on the outside to kind of blend in. But now we're in the lower level here. Minerva's area is what I like to call it for right now. But she has her cauldron going in, and I'm adding some wall lights just to see if I can brighten the space up. And I get to use this big hanging light from the ceiling. It is so enormous. And if you size it down, the little ball lights stay the same, so it doesn't really look right. So I wanted to use it here because this is the only level that is medium wall height. And I thought it worked really well. And then over here, also to hide the rocks that we're facing, like they were coming in through the wall, I decided to add these climbing flowers from, I think they're from Jungle Adventure. They're really pretty. And then the the vampire's statue right in between there, so that it kind of looks like a little altar. Maybe that was like maybe that's a person that she turned to stone. Or maybe it's a sculpture of her. I'm not sure, but I thought it looked really nice there. And then up here, we are working on the greenhouse. So I'm adding some columns along the side, and also those tall rounded windows. Those are from Base Game. And then over here on the other bump out, we're just adding some more of the castle estate windows, and this really big window here in the front and back section. I thought they looked really nice there, and some more castle estate. I pretty much tried to use mostly castle estate for the outer features, but obviously there was no window to use for that rounded room, so I had to use a Base Game. And then up here we have the floor plan, and it has pretty much come together. The upper level, I do have to add a platform in the bathroom because for some reason it was giving a strange shadow. And then also, this is Gemma's room, by the way. The very top room is Gemma's room. I add the single bed up here to get an idea. And then I also thought it might be a nice idea to add like a platform here to kind of hide that strange shadow that was popping up. I'm not sure where that shadow came from. At this point, I had already fixed the roofing, so who knows? But we worked with what we had, and I just kind of moved her furniture around. The desk is from Realm of Magic, and the dresser is from High School Years, and then the mirror is actually from Basement Treasures Kit, and the chair is also from High School Years. So that's pretty much the idea in here, is I wanted to make it really purple and very teen oriented. I wanted it to seem youthful and fun. Also, those doors from Realm of Magic that lead outside, I just love the stained glass that's purple and the moon on them, so I thought that fit her personality really nice. She does have a lot of purple in her wardrobe, but also a lot of black, so I gave it kind of a moody but fun teen feel. Now here I have to correct the roof again because I did extend everything a little bit on the back end. I just didn't have enough room inside to fit everything that I wanted. And so then when I extended this space up here, I had to add those roof spires back. I think I had to add them back like 3 or 4 times. But then I also extended the back of the middle portion and also the lowest level of the house to kind of elongate the back of the house, because you can't really see the shape from the front anyway. And I thought you guys would appreciate just having some more room to actually maneuver around in here, more so than it looking fun and then getting inside and it being completely squished to the point that your sim can't get anywhere. I had a hard time with this one. This one was tough. But here you'll see we are in the kitchen, and I've added the Realm of Magic counters and the appliances. The range hood, however, is from Home Chef Hustle because Realm of Magic did not come with a range hood. Also, it did not come with upper cabinets, which you will see very shortly, but I did find a way around that. And I also have this bar height table, so I add some stools to it over to the side, and then they also have an eating area at the island counters over here with the same stools, and I added a little eating area for the infant to try foods. I thought that was a nice touch. touch with the high chair. And then this wallpaper / tile is from Realm of Magic as well. And I love the bluish and tan kind of feel to it. I wanted the kitchen to be very bright because the rest of the home is a little bit dark. So I thought this was a good opportunity. Now here you'll see I used the upper head cabinets from Parenthood. I thought they actually worked really well. They kind of look like the same wood tone. And here's our very itty bitty kind of living room TV area. I used the couch from Paranormal Stuff. And then the console table is from Crystal Creations Stuff Pack. And then just a little sitting TV instead of a wall-mounted one because I wanted to put a window behind it. I think I end up adding 2 windows there, and then the long curtain from Realm of Magic because I just wanted some kind of like feature behind it, and I couldn't figure out how to make that fit. And also the couch was not centered with where the TV was. It had to be slightly off because of where I put the stairs, and I was very committed to keeping the stairs where they were. So you'll see that change in a little bit. I also added those 2 bookshelves from Crystal Creation Stuff Pack. And then the living room rug ends up being this one here from Crystal Creations as well. And then this is where I decided to move the windows around and add 2 curtains instead. And I think that came out really cute. Those curtains are also from Realm of Magic, and I like the blue tone and the white tone, and the wood tone is a little bit off, but it's like, are you really going to notice? Probably not. Also, we added the plant from Crystal Creations and this little like crystal vivarium up here, as well as a familiar orb, and then I added some crystals as well, just to kind of blend in. I think there's a jade and a moonstone, and then I think this is orange topaz. I add that up top as well. And then I had to add a broom over here, just mounted on the wall, mostly for decoration, but also your sim could put it in their inventory and use it, so why the heck not? Here's the flooring going in from Vampires. There's another pack for you. I can't help myself. And then the wallpaper in the living room is also from Crystal Creations. It's like the moon and stars celestial looking one. I thought that was fun. And adding some books to the bottom of the bookshelf, as well as some kids' toys. So I did like the little bear gnome, and then also some infant and toddler toys down here for them to play with. Because what I ended up doing is I put the infant playmat very close to the bookshelves, and I thought that once she is able to scoot around, maybe she can scoot over to the bookshelf and grab her toys, which spoiler alert, because I did play test it enough to get her to the point where she could scoot, and she was indeed able to get over to the bookshelf and pick her toys up. So it worked out the way that I intended for once. So yay, we got that under control. Now we have this wall tapestry going up over here next to the entrance to the greenhouse, which we'll be working on shortly. But first we're going to add some lighting. I used this big long chandelier from Get Together in the kitchen, and then I used these little like standing floor lamps from Realm of Magic, which are very interesting. But you know, I think they work in here. They would not be my first pick, but I think they work out in here, as well as a hanging plant here from Bloomin' Rooms in the corner. And then I wanted to add another seating area, so I grabbed this chair from Paranormal Stuff, and then the poof is also from, I think that one's from Movie Hangout, if I'm not mistaken. And then the end table is from Crystal Creations, and the table lamp on top is from Realm of Magic, and it actually kind of floats. It's like the crystal actually floats on that light, which I thought was fun. And some hanging herbs, because I needed to fill up that wall, to be honest. And then we have in the kitchen just throwing in the sink and the dish rack right above it. And I also have a purple Instant Pot in here because I thought the purple was the most fun color to throw in. I did size up the fridge a little bit because I thought it was a little too small. And then over here is the playmat. You'll also notice there's a half wall at the steps and some columns. I do have to get rid of all the columns around the steps and that half wall, because my Sims could not get upstairs when I was playtesting. So in the screenshots, you will not see the columns or that half wall, unfortunately, but I think it still is fine. I think we still get the picture. And plus, they can just transportulate whenever they want. They don't really even need to use the stairs, honestly. So except for Darren's fiance, Amelia, she technically cannot because she's not a spellcaster. Pretty sure, but that's okay. And then we're adding some flowers and a little orange tree in the kitchen, as well as some wall decorations and some more wall lights and a little table decoration. Also, there's a trash can, made sure to include that. And then I think I just used this rug from Snowy Escape under the eating area because I thought that would make cleanup a little bit easier, you know, realistically. And of course we had to add a smoke detector above the range hood and also the thermometer I put by the front door. And I didn't want to clutter up the counters because I didn't give a whole lot of countertop space. So I used mostly the cool kitchen wall mounted stuff here. I used like the hanging utensils, the hanging knives, and also the cutting board, which is up against the wall. So, and also this long rug from Realm of Magic, I do extend it a little bit. So I kind of have to place these with alt placement, the little pieces, so that they match up perfectly, which took me an embarrassingly long time. Cut out most of that for you. And then we are out here on the front patio area, and I do add the bench from Romantic Garden and also some of these live edit crystals from Realm of Magic. And I think they usually are like in the magic realm, they're like adorning the sides of the cliffs and stuff, but I thought they looked really neat in here, so I put some right there in the corner. Later on, you will see a bunch more pop up along the landscape and the side of the castle because I really wanted to get the point across that it was like an enchanted castle. But you'll see downstairs, I just extended Minerva's bedroom a little bit, and this is where I started to have issues placing things, and I didn't realize it was because of those rocks having such a large footprint. It wouldn't let me click on certain things, so I do figure that out later, and that is why those big rocks go bye-bye, because we could not actually get into the bed or move around the room or get to the bathroom because it registered those rocks being in the way. Hey, whatever. But we have some candle lights going in. Those are from Dine Out, but I think they look especially creepy in the black swatch. And I think Minerva really enjoys her dark, kind of moody spaces. So kept her room nice and dark for her, adding 3 of these Realm of Magic mirrors and just lowering them a little bit with the tool mod to kind of make it look like one long mirror piece. And then over here for her wallpaper, I decided to use the same wallpaper from upstairs, only in this brighter dark blue from Crystal Creations. And then the area rug is actually from City Living. It's like a mosaic style rug, and I just thought that was really fun, adding some hanging wall plants. And then over here on the dresser we add this light up cactus, which is a base game update from a couple years ago, I believe. And then up here on the dresser we are also adding this little bird statue from Paranormal Stuff Pack, and the wand holder, which is from Realm of Magic, obviously. I think that's a debug or a live edit item. And then I threw in a wand. I used this one because I thought it was fun. I think it's like a crystal wand or something. And then some more Realm of Magic like hutches and stuff. There's one in here, and I believe there's 2 in the cauldron room. And I also wanted to add more wall lights. So what I did was I replaced that glowy one in the corner, I think, with more of the candles instead. And also I added some more floor lights that match the ones upstairs because I wanted this to be especially filled with Realm of Magic things. And also another tapestry on this wall. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. And another end table, and also this like scale thing. I think that also came with Realm of Magic. And over here in her bathroom, it's very simple. It's mostly vampires and Realm of Magic plus the werewolf's mirror. So it's a very occult bathroom. And the wallpaper is just the simple blue tile. And the flooring is from Home Chef Hustle. And I think I used the same flooring in all the bathrooms, maybe different swatches. But here's an expensive painting going up on the wall, and also the towel bar and the light from High School Years because I like the crystal look to it. Here's those other hutches going in over near the cauldron. And then later on I do add, I think it's off camera, but I add some like benches and some more flower pots in her room as well. But here's the greenhouse. We added the flower arranging table and some pots to plant our magical crops for spells and whatnot. And I added this plant here from Dine Out, and then also one more plant. I believe I just add the one from For Rent right here. There might also be another hanging plant. I'm not sure if it's in here or if it's in the kitchen, but also use the rug from Laundry Day. And then over here we are working on the upstairs hallway space. I do add the railing just to get us started, and I do close off the stairs here with this wall so that I could paint more with the Castle Estate brick. I thought that was a nice touch. And then over here in the corner we are adding a very squished in chess table just for the heck of it. I just wanted to put a chess table somewhere, and I thought that was good enough, but I was a little squished, so I did move the wall back a little bit so that we would have more room and you could actually use that chess table. And yes, I did play test it. You can use the chess table, no problem. When I finally was done moving everything around. And then here we are with some more plants, this one from Romantic Garden, and then more chandeliers going in the ceiling. You'll see the bathroom is most of the way done. It's mostly vampires, I believe, at this point. And then I think I add the mirror from Crystal Creations and also the wallpaper from high school years in that gray and white tile. Here's that mirror going in. Oh no, this mirror is from Base Game. So I must use the Crystal Creations mirror in the upstairs bathroom. That's where I used it. And then we have the towel going in here as well. It's a pretty simple bathroom, but I am going to show you anyway because it's a little bit more moody than my usual bathrooms. Also another rug from Snowy Escape because I love that rug, and more of these same wall lights from Realm of Magic. And they actually have like a blue flame that comes out of them, which is interesting. But I don't mind so much because I don't care. It's supposed to be a magical house. You can have blue flames coming out of your wall lights. Go for it. And then here's our favorite bathroom clutter stuff. We have the soap pump and the toothpaste and toothbrush cup, and also our little hand towel from growing together. And then we are moving into the parents' room. So this is Darren and Amelia's room. They have this large canopy bed from Realm of Magic in the red and gold swatch. So I use these gold mirrored end tables from Growing Together, and then the lamps, the little oil lamps from Crystal Creations. And then over here, I just use a Base Game dresser in this like very ornate wood kind of like royal style, I guess. I don't know why, but I thought that worked perfectly in this room. And also the Realm of Magic standing mirror for them. And also a vanity table for Amelia because I thought maybe she would like a nice spot to sit and get ready, and her room was big enough for it, so why not? Adding another chair from Realm of Magic as well. And then I think we just adorn this vanity with some more of those candles from Dine Out, and I think one more plant, if I remember correctly. Well, there's a hanging plant from Paranormal, and then also this little flower vase from Dine Out as well, I believe. And then we have the wallpaper going in. It is like this fun red Victorian vibe. I don't know. I just really like it. It looks very, very fancy to me. And then the only other thing I needed to make sure of is that there was enough light in here. So we added more of these wall candles, but I used the gold swatch instead because I thought that went well with the rest of their color scheme in here. And the rug that I pick is from Vampires. I just used Tool Mod to get it to the right size, and I did put it under the vanity table first just to size it out to make sure it wouldn't like clip anywhere, and then I placed it back under the bed. I thought that was nice. And also there's her bassinet from when they first had their infant, and I thought maybe she's keeping it there for, I don't know, sentimental purposes or in case the baby has a hard night, maybe they'll stick it back in there. I don't know. I wish you could actually do that because that is very realistic. I did that with my second born for the longest time. Just had a backup crib in my room in case he was having a hard time sleeping. That way he wouldn't wake up his older brother. But we are in the infant's room, speaking of which. I have the crib and the changing table from Base Game. They're the mission style, I think. And then the wallpaper is from Cottage Living. I also add a little rocking chair here from Growing Together in this blue swatch. And then I also believe I put a toddler potty over here. I do add it next to the changing table, but that might be in a little bit. First, I knew I wanted to add some more windows in here. So I grabbed these skinny ones from Castle Estate, and then I just kind of put 3 in a row and deleted the middle one so that the spacing would be okay. This wall light is from Eco Lifestyle, and I really like that one. I thought it kind of lent itself to the nature-y feel of this room. There's that toddler potty going in, and then also a book rack over here, and I used Tool Mod to lower it because it's entirely too high if it's actually intended for the child to be able to grab the book themselves. And then we have the lovely little bunny rug going in from Cottage Living. I do size it down a little bit because otherwise it would not fit. And one more little painting above the crib, also from Cottage Living. Like I said, I was trying to keep like a very whimsical kind of foresty feel in here, adding some more of these curtains just in a different swatch from Realm of Magic. And I'm pretty sure that's it for that room. I didn't overly do it because in my mind they're just going to be sleeping there, so it's really not a big deal. Then we are back up here in Gemma's room. We're adding that same lamp from before, and then up here on her little platform I decided to add some pretty candles and other fun little adornments. I think I also add some plants up there eventually as well. And I also made sure that she had enough lighting, so we use another hanging candelabra from Get Together, and then the standing candelabra is on her computer desk as well as an easel. And then we have some more of these plants, as I said, going up top here on her platform. I just kind of wanted to look like cramped but organized, like very intentional. there's a reason why she wanted her platform up there to have plants on it. And then another rug from Realm of Magic. I use this circular one with the moon phases on it. And then over here by the door, I added another floor candelabra because I just needed a little bit more light and I didn't feel like adding more wall ones. So same kind of bathroom setup. You'll notice the mirror is different. That one is from Crystal Creations, but it matches this set perfectly. And then the wallpaper is from Home Chef Hustle, as well as the flooring. And I do add all of our bathroom clutter stuff in there very shortly. But first I'm adding some more windows and fixing the wallpaper back here because for some reason it disappeared when I had elongated the room a little bit. And then adding some more of these skinny windows into the bathroom, and also adding our towels back in here because we definitely need some. And then here is where you'll see me pulling out the bathroom clutter stuff. We have our plunger, of course, the toilet paper, the toothpaste cup, all that fun stuff. And also I use a Void Critter soap pump because I just thought it was fun and it had a nod of purple in it. When you see Gemma, you don't think of her as being a teen because the way that her makeup is and the way that her clothing is, she just looks like an adult to me. It's very strange when I came into this home and I said, oh, she's only a teen. Like, okay then, that's interesting. And then we also kind of put two plants together over here on the back deck so that she'd have a fun little flower arrangement. Over here on the front deck, we are adding a chair from the Courtyard Oasis kit because I liked the purple swatch on it. So there's another pack for you. I'm terrible. I am sorry. Also adding more of these vining flowers from Jungle Adventure on the outside here, and just changing the angle of the stairs, and also getting this lamp from Debug and Live Edit with its little glow orb. And then back here we are at Minerva's room's back entrance. You'll see I threw in a whole bunch of flowers from Romantic Garden stuff and also from Cottage Living Debug with those grapevines up there. Also there is a grill from Desert Luxe and the tools from Perfect Patio. And then we're adding this lovely Debug flower box and just throwing in a bunch of flowers and all kinds of fun stuff from the Debug and Live Edit menu. I think the two on the end are from Cottage Living. The one yellow flower in the middle is from Growing Together, and then the Romantic Garden irises are in the back. And here you'll see a whole bunch of maneuvering of landscaping happening. I just wanted to crowd this whole space with trees and make it look kind of overgrown. And then I saw these lights that go in that tree perfectly, so I threw those in. And I wanted to also make sure it was like kind of overgrown and fairy tale like, but that it also had a purpose. And I wanted to make sure I had a space for the mailbox and the trash can out here, so that is why I just added some terrain paint right there. That was kind of like to mark off where it was going to go later because I knew I wasn't going to remember where I intended to put it. I have a terrible memory and I can't just build this all in one shot, which would be so nice, but no, it doesn't happen that way. But it's also good because sometimes I need to take a step back to figure out what I'm doing and get the floor plan right and stuff. I really struggled with this one because I didn't realize how small I made the castle. It looked big to me, but then once I got in there with the furniture, I was like, oh, never mind. We got to extend this a little bit. So there you'll see I threw in kind of a bunch of the same flowers that I've had before, but now we are really going to get into the landscaping and making the backyard look really nice and kind of fill it up with all the things that we need. So I grabbed this swing set from Little Camper's Kit and I threw it back here next to the lit up tree. Also this little baby pool I put over here with the palm trees, and there's also a dollhouse and a little block table, and then a set of vining monkey bars from the Romantic Garden stuff pack as well, and a lovely tent with the gingerbread man pattern on it from Dream Home Decorator. And here you'll see I'm placing a bunch of these trees. These are actually like the lemon and apple seeds and also pear, and I put them on the ground here, and then I got Daryl to come out and plant all of them after I added the terrain paint to map out their little like row where they were gonna go. And I did make sure they were all grown and mature by the time I uploaded this to the gallery, so they should be grown. Don't be surprised if they're not, because you know that bug that's happening. Yeah, yay, another one. But here you'll see I added more of those crystals all over the place, and I also changed up a bunch of the landscaping. I added more of the same flowers, and I kind of added some bushes, and I think it looks really nice. And I think that the back of this really is like, it's the unsung hero. I didn't think that I would like how the back of this house looked, because for a while I was really struggling with what I was going to do back here, but I think it's almost very inviting with the fountain and the grill and all the benches, and there's plenty of space to plant more flowers. I even put a kind of an old like rusty cauldron out here. I thought that it was like maybe this is where they used to do all of their cauldroning, all of their potion making, but now they are very sophisticated. They have an indoor cauldron because the crystal flame is safer than the regular flame that's under this one. I don't know. That's just my theory. I'm just trying to think outside the box here. But I thought that was a nice spot. They could have like a second cauldron. Since there are so many spellcasters in this house, I thought maybe that would be a good option for them to have more than one place to experiment and make potions and whatnot. So adding some terrain paint in here, as is customary towards the end. I always do that. And a railing to the stairs finally. And then we are picking out our mailbox. It is from Get Together. It is the brick and flower one, and I just thought it worked really well with our castle aesthetic. And then also just this base game trash bin, and then adding some more dirt on top of that stone texture and all around. And then I wanted to make sure I had a path from the back gate where the children's area is over to the front, and then also the other side entrance that goes to like the garden space. I wanted to make sure that had a designated like line of bricks going to it, so I also did a thin layer of dirt on top of that to blend it in a little bit nicer, and I think that came out pretty good. And then we're adding some of these tall grasses here next to the steps, and also some more flowers and some more vines, because I really wanted it to look like it had been here a very long time, to where these vines are just taking over. And I think that this one in particular from Jungle Adventure really works for that. So adding some more of these same flowers from the back, just using the eyedropper tool to move them up front so I could repeat them again. And I love these flowers from the high school years live edit menu, the little white bunches of flowers. I think they look so nice everywhere. And also adding one more of these lamps and one more little glow orb. As you can see, I had to use the 9 key to size it up, and then I used tool mod to lower the whole thing back down because it jumped up when I went to rotate it. I don't understand this building grid. It does not compute with me sometimes, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So I'm just copying and pasting more of these flowers from the back, because I thought repeating them would make a lot more sense than adding new ones. And also my brain hurts, and it's a lot. So I wanted to keep it easy for myself. But these little white flowers look so nice, even when they're like bunched together or just by themselves. I think they're so pretty. And of course, since they were up on a slanted hill, I had to use tool mod to adjust them appropriately and add some more terrain paint. And as you can see, I threw in a bunch of these hedges over here, and now I'm just adding some lavender. I used the tall one from, I believe that one is from My Wedding Stories. I'm not 100%. And then of course the one from Outdoor Retreat Debug, and then some more wildflowers. And here I'm adding some more crystals to this rock face thing up here. I just put the big blue one down for now, which I think is the same as the one out front on the front porch. Then I'm adding this orange one. Of course, you can change the swatch, because I think there's 3 swatches: orange, purple, and blue. And I do change them around in a little bit, but I just wanted to put them down. Also, this Jungle Adventure hanging like fern kind of vine thing is so nice here. And then this one that I'm adding up to the very top from Horse Ranch just really completes the whole look for me. Here's another kind of fun crystal on top of there, and then I just kind of used tool mod to blend that in, adding some more terrain paint. And then back here I knew that I wanted to add some more of these glowy orbs, so I grabbed one of each color, blue, pink, and yellow, and just kind of snuck them into the trees so they look kind of magical and mystical. And more of these little bug lights from Realm of Magic, because they are just so much fun. And back up here in Minerva's room, we are adding these little standing selection of paintings, since she has an easel in her room. Those are from Eco Lifestyle, and I think they're really pretty and they look really nice, and adding one more hanging plant as well to her room. And after this, I think we're just doing a bunch of finishing touches. So we're going to add these curtains to Minerva's room. I used these ones from Desert Luxe, and I did have to very carefully piece them together. The platform in this room didn't do me any favors, but that's pretty much it for this build. So I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you stick around and keep an eye out for those screenshots. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you guys next time, and I look forward to that limited pack build. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.